Most people give up on their manifestation right before it's about to happen, and I don't want that to be you. So, if you've been visualizing, if you've been setting intentions, maybe you're scripting your dream life, but then that doubt creeps in. Is anything happening? Am I doing it right? Am I wasting my time? Here's the truth. Manifestations almost always leave breadcrumbs before they show up. And once you know how to spot them, you'll never wonder if it's working again because you'll know that it is. Now, in the next few minutes, I'm going to share the three most reliable signs that your manifestation is about to break through into your actual reality so that you can stop asking when and start preparing for now. And most importantly, don't miss the third sign. It's the one that almost everyone overlooks, and it's usually the last thing that happens right before your manifestation comes. So, the first sign your manifestation is close is what I call reality reflecting back. It's those synchronicities that seem almost too perfect to be coincidence. So, maybe you've been visualizing a new job, and suddenly everyone around you is talking about career changes. Maybe you've been assuming that you already have your dream relationship and you keep hearing love songs on the radio. Maybe you've been embodying this financial abundance and you keep seeing your desired salary number on license plates or receipts, for example. These aren't random. Nothing in the universe is random. These are resonance. So when your frequency begins to match the frequency of your desire, your brain's reticular activating system, that mental filter we've talked about in previous videos, starts highlighting everything that matches your new reality. It's kind of like tuning a radio. Once you're on the right station, the music was already broadcasting. You didn't create the song, you just learned how to receive it. So when the synchronicities start piling up, it's like the universe saying, "You're on the right track, man. Keep going." Now, the key is instead of brushing them off as accidents, say, "This is evidence that I'm aligned." That gratitude amplifies the signal and speeds up your manifestation. Now, the second sign is one that most people completely misinterpret, and this is where a lot of people accidentally sabotage themselves. You see, right before your manifestation shows up, your subconscious mind will often bring up every old program, every limiting belief in the book that doesn't match your new reality. So if you're manifesting financial abundance, you might suddenly hear that old voice, saying, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are jerks. If you're manifesting love, maybe your past fears of rejection or abandonment come flooding back. Most people panic here and they think, oh no, I'm blocked. I'm doing something wrong. But it's actually the opposite. It's a sign that your old programming is being released because it literally can't coexist with the new reality that you're stepping into. It's like cleaning out your closet before you buy new clothes. The old stuff has to go in order to make room for what's coming. And this is exactly what we're going to be covering in Manifestation Mastery. But ask yourself, what would I have to believe is true in order to feel this fear right now? Once you see the old belief clearly, you can consciously choose a new one. And that's how you collapse the gap between your current self and the version of you who already has what you want. Now, the third sign is subtle, but maybe the most powerful. It's when you start to feel what I call sacred detachment. So, at first, you're desperate for the outcome. You want it so badly, you can barely think about anything else. You're checking for signs constantly, like I was. You're calculating timelines. You're trying to control how it's going to happen. But then something shifts, and you catch yourself feeling peaceful about it, almost excited, but without this weird obsession. You feel lighter and more trusting. You might even forget to think about it for days at a time. That's because you've moved from the frequency of wanting, which is lack, into the frequency of having, which is abundance. And when you stop checking your phone every 5 minutes for that text, when you stop constantly calculating when and how it's going to happen, that's when the manifestation can slip into your life effortlessly. Because here's the beautiful paradox: the moment you stop needing it to happen, you're finally vibrating at the same frequency as the version of you who already has it. So it's not like you're giving up on your desire. You're just no longer desperate for it. And that shift in energy changes everything. So let me give you an example. I had a client who was looking for this perfect relationship. And at first, she's consumed by it, right? She's checking her dating apps all the time. She's analyzing every message. She's Googling signs he likes me at 2 a.m. But after doing the inner work on herself and learning to embody the energy of someone who's already loved, she started to feel different. She stopped obsessing and began genuinely enjoying her single life. And she'd tell me, I know he's coming. I don't need to stress about it. And I'm actually having fun. And within 3 weeks of that shift, she met the man who is now her husband. And it wasn't through the apps that she'd been checking, it was at a coffee shop that she'd never been before, for that max. So the key shift wasn't her strategy, it wasn't her technique, it was her energy. It was moving from desperation to confident alignment. So here are the three signs that your manifestation is about to happen. Reality starts reflecting your desires back through synchronicity and alignment. Old beliefs and fears surface to be released. Don't panic here, just celebrate it. And you begin to feel sacred detachment. You start feeling peaceful and trusting, and you're no longer desperate. And if you're experiencing any of these signs right now, take this as confirmation that your manifestation is closer than you think. And if you want to go beyond just spotting the signs and actually master the art of conscious creation, then I'd like to invite you to join me live on September 13th for Manifestation Mastery. In this class, we're going to go deep into subconscious reprogramming. We're going to do frequency work and the identity shifts that turn these signs into tangible results. So together, we'll dissolve the hidden blocks and align you fully with the reality that you're creating. And if you want to accelerate that process even further, just go into the description and find out everything about that class. It includes all of the tools for recognizing and amplifying these signs. Links below is to register September 13th. This is your sign to take the next step. And remember, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. And if you are already worthy of everything you desire, then you might as well come to the class. All right, I'll see you in the next video.